It all started with a dream to live and run a business near the mountains. So today we're going to talk about what that dream looks like, what we're doing with the property we've acquired, how we're going to run our business out of it, and all the things that we are going to make changes to. There are 3 reasons we bought this property. Number 1 being the price. In Wyoming, it's crazy if you can find a house on acreage for under $400,000. We did just that. The second one is that it has a ton of outbuildings, like this one and this one. This one's for sale if anyone wants it. Does a woodshed count? The third reason is that this property just fits our lifestyle. There is room to grow and turn it into exactly what we want to see with our property. So let's talk about it now. Let's talk about how we can turn this into the property that's perfect for business, for our entertainment, and for just the joy of living. So we're back at one of the outbuildings, and here's what we're turning this building into to help expand my business. This building may not look like much right now, but this is the future home of my marketing and editing studio. Being that I run a full-service marketing company and I want to grow and scale on YouTube, I need a dedicated space where I can do all my work, where I can record videos for educational content, where I can do podcasting, and it separates work from home. Right now, my whole studio setup is inside my house, and it's just not very productive. Things get noisy, there's dogs. You need to separate work and family. This property is more than just a great place to run a business. There's so much fun to be had out here. I'm talking an archery range. I'm talking a shop where I can work on stuff like cars and fix lawnmowers that are broken, because I have one of those. And just do all the things that someone wants to do, especially in my early 30s. Not a lot of people our age do get to enjoy something like this. It definitely takes a lot of work to get where we're at, but there's been some blessings and some luck and all that stuff involved as well. So now that we got all that out of the way, I'm going to give you the quick rundown of our overall property. Okay, so behind me is our ranch style house. The cool thing about this house is that it's sitting on a permanent crawl space, and so we have plans to actually expand up. So right now it's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath home, but it's going to end up being more like a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home, and we're gonna go straight up with it. So the roof is coming off, not this summer, but the next summer. So I haven't talked about this a whole lot, but the way we've even been able to afford a property like this, and this is by no means like a super expensive property, but our last 2 houses have been complete renovations. So we bought houses at really low prices. We did a ton of work to them, completely renovated them, and then sold them for profits. So we've just been working our way up the ladder. So if you're a young person and you're wondering, how can I afford a house like this, even though it's not that much, that's the way I recommend doing it. Get into an area, if you can, in the country where prices are lower, build some equity in your house, sell them, just climb the ladder. I'm 31, this is where we're at right now. There's a lot of people way farther than me. The other thing is, dual incomes are nice when you get married. So getting married young has its perks. Okay, this shop behind me, it's a 32 by 40. Gosh, it's windy out. This shop behind me is a 32 by 40 shop. Right now it's got a concrete floor. There's no insulation in it, so that is the next step. Then we're gonna heat it, and after that I got an awesome workspace I'm planning out. Then we have this room right here where this door goes. So in Wyoming, it is crazy, but we found out that most people on rural properties have to haul their own water. So we have an insane water hauling system, and then we just bring water back. So we have tanks that we bring water back in. We have a 1,000-gallon tank in this room, and that's gonna be another thing we upgrade, is we're gonna get bigger tanks actually here this summer, so that we're not hauling once a week. But right now we haul water once a week. It works perfectly fine. We haven't had anything go crazy with it. We've always had water. So that's just something you have to learn. If you live in certain places in the country, there's times where you're gonna have to do things like that. And we bought a house that you have to, because basically 70% of people that live in this area have to haul water when they're living out of town. Next up, we're in the backyard. So right now We have a little landscaping done. We have a fire pit. And then our siding, we have not painted yet in the backyard. So the reason is this siding is super dented up. It's steel siding. We just plan on redoing all the siding. So it'll either be this summer or the next, but right now, that's why our siding looks the way it is. Like we've already talked about, this building is getting turned into the marketing studio. I might have not mentioned that we are also putting a couch that pulls out into a bed in it. We're going to turn it into a place where people that want to come stay with us can actually have their own separate space. So we're going to have a place where you can sleep out there. Like I mentioned previously, the red shed behind me is actually for sale. We're going to be getting rid of it. The shed beside it, getting torn down. It's going away. So we got two buildings right here that are just going to be no longer. We don't need them. But one thing we're going to do, so I have my wood shed right back there. We are actually going to turn this area into a place to shoot archery because the wood shed's just too far away from the house. We don't need it that far away. We're going to put it somewhere up against the shop back there, so the wood's a lot closer to get to. But right now, our wood shed's right there. That's going to be turned into an archery area because it's going to be elk season sooner than we know, and I got to have a good place to practice. Okay, I finally found a place that's out of the wind. We have a snowstorm coming in. It has been a dry winter. There's been hardly any snow, maybe like an inch here. So it's super abnormal, but we're finally getting some snow, so it's super windy. But here's what I'm asking of you. I want to know, if you had a property like this, what would you do with it? Would you have horses? Would you have ducks and chickens? What would be the first thing you would put in on this property? Like I said, my first priority right now is finishing out my marketing studio. I don't want to be working inside the house. I want to separate home from work just a little bit. I know it's on the same property, but my goal is to separate home and work. So the first goal is taking the profits I'm making from the business and they're going right into the shed behind me. After that, we're going to start doing some fun stuff. We are going to start remodeling the inside of our house. We're going to start getting it prepared to go up. Not this year, but it'll be the following year. So we're going to build an extra story on our house. That's going to add a lot of value. It's going to cost a lot, but we're going to do the work ourselves. So that's how we've been doing it the last few times with our houses. We're just going to continue to do the work ourselves and continue to just keep building equity. This property, though, is one that we want to keep in the family. We don't want to buy, flip, and sell this property. We want to hold it. We want to pass it down if we can, but we don't want to let go of 4 acres at the foothills of the mountains in Wyoming. That's a tough one. We used to own acreage in Minnesota. We sold it. We used to own a couple properties in North Dakota. We sold them. This one we are going to start holding on to. I've been in real estate as a real estate salesperson and also someone buying real estate, and the number one thing they say is hold your real estate. So that's my advice to you. If you're young, if you're old, hold your real estate. I want to know in the comments what you think of this property, what you think we should do to it, how you think we can improve it. Would you put an archery range on it? Would you be having animals? I just want to know what you would do. Would you put a lift in the shop so that you could have, cars to work on? Would you put a gym out in the shop? That's been an idea we've kicked around. So there's tons of ideas floating around. This is the property tour I wanted to give you. I want to showcase what I'm doing to grow my marketing business and utilizing this property. I wanted to showcase the property in a way where you can see what it looks like, what we're doing with it, and what the vision is. So let me know what you think. As always, please like, subscribe, share this video with your friends, and we'll see you next time. Peace.